Hey again everyone. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Micca Speck 4K media player. Apologies for the blurry recording. I don't have a very good camera setup and I can't really afford that kind of thing right now. But the juxtaposition between my camera quality and the video capture from the Speck really shows how good these media players have become. That said, the more than 2,000 of you that have subscribed didn't come here for the 2003 tier production quality. You're here for the information, so let's get into it. Inside the box you'll have the Micca player, an RCA AV cord, a wall wart power adapter, and the remote. Thankfully, the remote uses a sensible pair of AAA batteries, not the common coin cell some cheaper remotes have started to use. And it should be noted that the Speck 4K doesn't come with an HDMI cable, so you will have to supply one. When the device is powered, the indicator LED will be red and change to green when you hit the power button on the remote. The first startup may take a minute or two, so be patient. You'll be dropped to a menu with 4 selections: video, pictures, music, and files that correspond to function buttons on the remote. One thing you may be asking is, where's the streaming? This is an offline media player, so there's no networking at all. I needed a player that wouldn't be calling home, asking for updates, popping up with ads, or loaded with spyware. For once in my life, I've wanted a modern, functional, computer-based device that didn't look like it was made for toddlers. And I mentioned a firmware update, and that may be one of the first things you want to do. Follow the update instructions on the support page, but the basic steps are: extract the update.zip from the downloadable file, and place the update.zip on a formatted FAT32 file system USB stick or memory card less than 32 gigabytes in size. Plug it in and turn on the player, accept the update, and wait. This may take a while and appear as if the Speck is frozen. My update took about 15 minutes in total. The second reboot may take longer. You can then delete the update and remove the USB stick. The Speck settings are basic, but I don't really know what else I would want to configure on this thing. I bought this thing specifically because I didn't want a tedious weekend of configuring open source packages. The one setting I changed was the output resolution. For some reason this is trying to output 4K to my 1080p devices, so I'll switch it to auto. To see how well the Speck 4K can play video, I've gathered a few test clips. I don't have any 4K devices, but I really don't want something that stutters when playing 1080p video in any bitrate, and many of these devices struggle with higher bitrate files. The Speck, however, seems to do pretty well. There are some hiccups when it's buffering a file, and because the bird's test clip is quite short, it will attempt to buffer the next clip, and when doing so slows down a little. Another thing buffering related, and a minor inconvenience, is that skipping ahead is sometimes quite limited in higher bitrate files. There's a handy go-to button on the remote to get around this, which will pop up a menu and you can scroll to your desired time. Should you need it, there's some basic file management on here as well, with the ability to copy and paste, delete, and rename files, though I don't really know why you'd want to do that with a remote control. There was only one file that I tried that wouldn't really play. A 120 megabit 4K UHD 10-bit HEVC file. In general, low bitrate files look great with very little harsh artifacting. However, this 480p clip from the Big Buck Bunny animation doesn't look as good as it should. I think this is an encoding issue with this clip though. Very low bitrate, extremely noisy, ancient encodes even look good. This is playing better on the Speck than it does in BLC on my PC. And X265 10-bit videos in general look great. There are no issues playing common H.264 8-bit format videos from various sources either.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
The spec supports common video formats with internal or embed subtitles and external subtitles as well. Just make sure your subtitles follow this naming format. Overall, this little media player does exactly what I wanted it to. It plays a wide variety of media formats with virtually no setup required. The remote buttons could be a little more responsive, and the media buffer could be a little bigger.
Well, where is it?
One feature missing is picture previews when skipping ahead, but given the small buffer, I'm sure that would slow things down even more. That said, the pros certainly outweigh the cons here. And after a couple days of use, I'm happy that I went this route over a Raspberry Pi or similar device running Kodi. If you found this helpful at all, please hit the like button to help out the channel. Thanks for watching.